The challenger, Josh Padley, taking on the defending champion, Shakur Stevenson.
Despite being Shakur Stevenson's most recent opponent, Josh Padley exudes confidence that is far above the roof following Kezin Davis's imitation of Dennis Baroni's action. The amazing thing about boxing brothers Shakur Stevenson and Kezin Davis is that they now exchange experiences from battles that are only a week apart.
I'll be right in saying you're ranked 12 with
WBC. I think I'm ranked 12.
Floyd Schofield's ranked 13.
Yeah.
So, are we sitting here with a man who is arguably more deserving of fighting for the W?
Barrick had pushed him off the stage after their way prior to Davis knocking out Binnick in the 4th round on fight night, which infuriated Con Davis and may have been the major catalyst for him to deliver a devastating knockout to unseat the defenseless Ukrainian. As for Shakur Stevenson, it's even more surprising given his opponent, who neither has a fan base nor has adequately prepared for the championship slot he's getting.
Lightweight title, don't want to...
Higher ranked than him, you know. I know there's a lot of, probably a lot of things online saying who's Josh Padley and stuff like that, but obviously I beat someone to get here and I deserve that spot, and I'm going to show that on Saturday night.
However, that doesn't mean that Shakur Stevenson is undervaluing him, because the World Boxing Council lightweight champion is serious about business and prepared to go all out on Saturday night. During their press conference, a lot happened that left many wondering if Josh Padley was actually a last-minute replacement for Floyd Sheffield. Here's a look.
Everybody involved in Riyadh season, Turkey Al Sheikh and Matchroom Boxing for this opportunity. This is my 2nd time involved in a Riyadh season event now, and I'm feeling truly blessed to be here. But the last 48 hours has been absolutely...
On a bill headed by the Arab, American star Stevenson was left without a rival. Dimitri Bivol and Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois world title fights, which are considered to be the greatest boxing card ever, led to a series of late-night negotiations. Padley, who had defeated the undefeated Mark Chamberlain at the Riyadh season bill at Wembley Stadium the previous year, entered the picture. His victory had drawn attention, and Eddie Hearn Stevenson's promoter started talks with Padley's manager late at night UK time and early in the morning in Riyadh. Of course, it's very costly, but it should be Hearn informed Sky Sports that a quick arrangement was made.
Crazy for me, a dream opportunity. This is the pinnacle of boxing and this is what I'm in it for. Looking forward to it.
It's actually been really quiet since I won the mark. The 29-year-old Yorkshire was told by manager Tom Stalker, a former lightweight boxer, that Floyd Schofield couldn't go on WBC 135-pound champion Shakur Stevenson, and that he was being given the chance to step in at short notice. We haven't really had many good offers, and in the last week, we've had 3 that all seem to have gotten bigger than the one before them. One of them was Maxie Hughes, and we were umming and ahhing when Dalton Smith arrived. Then this came down the road. Around 6 p.m. on Tuesday, we received the first call, which set off a chain of urgent tasks that had to be finished.
Absolutely. Like I say, this is everybody's dream. If you get into boxing, you aim for a world title. Not many people even get the opportunity.
That evening, I had to text my gaffer, but it was already 10:20 p.m. when the battle was decided. He called me and said, "You're not going to turn down opportunities like that. Josh, go and grab it with both hands." He disclosed that he didn't receive it until the following morning. After the fight went too far, I had a crazy morning. I went straight to my nutritionist Charlie to make sure we could do the weight safely at such short notice, and he gave me the all clear. Before the fight, we had a quick check weight and team discussion, and I had to run around and take a quick medication. At 1:20 p.m. that morning, we were required to perform the weight check. We could schedule the flights as soon as the check weight was finished. Padley works as an electrician installing solar panels by day, but at night he turns into a boxer. Get in the car, go to Manchester Airport, and fly to Turkey at 5 p.m., spend 4 hours in Istanbul, and traveled to Riyadh in a very short amount of time.
I know I put in a lot of work this training camp, and I'm coming here with the same mentality. I know there's a guy that want to take food off my table, and I'm not going to let him.
Bit of a danger of...
My bosses are really nice. I'll work as hard as I can, and I'm a good worker, so you won't have any problems with me. But if the time comes, this will be my second priority, he said ahead to the Mark Chamberlain bout. The first thing I prioritize is boxing. They gambled on me knowing full well that I would end up being the Mark. When the Chamberlain bout happened, I took 8 weeks off. I work out once or twice a week, and if I wasn't in good shape, I wouldn't have been able to handle the fight. Even outside of camp, Padley is a technical southpaw who is also somewhat orthodox and always prepared for anything. This is not the first time he has entered the arena as a rank. Last September, Padley featured highly regarded prospect Mark Chamberlain on Daniel Dubois Anthony Joshua's undercard at London's Wembley Arena.
To fight for it, and here I have. I've got it on 4 days' notice, so I'm absolutely ecstatic.
Great stuff. Well, Shakur Stevenson,
The Mark the Chamberlain battle, according to Padley, who lost his favorite countryman and won an unexpected 10-round unanimous decision. I believe I was my grandmother when she defeated me 16-1 on points. The majority of my supporters gave me their support at 10s and 12-1. So they all enjoyed a wonderful drink once more. I'm going in as the underdog with no pressure on my part because everyone is already writing me off and expecting me to lose before I've even entered again. So I have everything to gain. Although it's not ideal to arrive late, the opportunity was too fantastic to pass up, so everything was a little hurried. He remarked that the past several days have been quite hectic, as you can surely guess, but that we are now making progress.
same question to you. What's the last 48 hours been like for you?
It's been kind of crazy. There's been a lot going on, but I remain.
I'm eager to see where I am in terms of facing a top-tier technician. Some even claim he's on the pound-for-pound list, but having complete camp would have been wonderful, and the test will have to be given 4 days' notice. Padley made sense because he had a world ranking with the World Boxing Council, and that title could still be up for grabs in their fight, but he had to comply with the board's request that he do a check weigh in order to ensure he would be in good enough health to fight. Padley was overweight when he first met with a board-certified physician and leader on Wednesday morning.
The unknown here, how are you dealing with that?
I mean, I fought in the amateurs. I feel like it reminds me of the amateurs where you don't know who you're going to fight next. So
all of his medical exams were completed. He only required an eye exam, which he obtained from an eye expert. At 4:15 p.m., he boarded a plane. According to Hearn, Padley was at the Fight Hotel in Riyadh at 6 a.m. on Thursday morning. I work out year-round to stay in shape, and here we are, Padley told Sky Sports. Being a professional athlete is my life, which is why I'm here getting ready for a fight. As you can understand, I seized the chance because it doesn't happen very frequently, so I'm thrilled about it. People will likely claim that I don't belong with someone like Shakur Stevenson, but I'm eager to see where I stand in relation to him. Of course, I'm going to go prove that I do.
It's okay. I mean, I'm going to go fill him out, and then I'm going to take care of business.
More pressure to get the job done?
Nah, it's always a little bit of pressure.
Big victory with a brief notice flying over. He proceeded here. Padley and I trained on Thursday, and if he puts on the weight he is expected to on Friday, he will face one of the fiercest competitors for the world title on Saturday. They could have said Vasyl Lomachenko or anyone else, but I said, let's fight me at my best. I can beat anybody at their best. I'm the best in boxing, and I'll show it on Saturday. I'm still on the bill, and the show must go on. With just 4 months' notice, much alone 4 days, it would be nearly hard to defeat Stevenson, a talented southpaw who is only 27 years old and already a 3-weight world champion.
This Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest, it will be for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World.
But on a bill filled with elite world champions, and with some of the biggest names in the sport watching from ringside, the character electrician will be competing for a major world title. Shakur Padley is the underdog against everyone. He won't win until he strikes it fortunate, but he will give it his best go. Hearn stated, "If anyone gets that opportunity, I'm really happy that it's a Brit." Padley added, "A completely life-altering event that would also prepare me for the future."
Hold on.
But my concentration is on defeating Padley Stevenson, since the victory will do so much more. He cannot afford to fiddle with his meal. Padley only has 4 knockouts on his record, while Stevenson is regarded as one of the top 15 fighters in the world. Stevenson is under pressure to make this fight as good as it looks on paper and to prove that he is one of the greatest fighters of this period.
Mike, who will win out of Shakur and Javante?
Javante Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. You know, everyone's going to go with Tank, you know. It would be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's...
In the final crescendo card at Kingdom Arena, the 22-year-old Sheffield was regarded as a heavy underdog against 3-division Titlice Stevenson. He was the only boxer on the main section of the card to skip the festivities, which raised questions about his weight and health before the biggest fight of his young career took place on his X page, which is thought to be run by his father and trainer Floyd. A since-deleted post that was made public just before noon Eastern Time on Tuesday said, "They poisoned my son," and claimed that a muse associated with Stevenson's team had wiped a cream on my son that was quickly met by St. Stenson's co-manager Josh. Dubin, this fighter from Sheffield, ought to be informed about our nation's defamation rules. On Tuesday, Dubin cautioned the boxing community that slandering Shakur carries legal repercussions.
The main focus in training camp, I mean, how was your sparring and everything preparing for such a slick boxer like Shakur?
Claiming that his food was poisoned won't go unnoticed, Sheffield is currently on notice. And many may believe that there is some truth to these claims about his father's poisoning when it appears to be an attempt to justify his refusal to fight. We're not going to tolerate these lies, and either Schofield or someone acting on their behalf needs to publicly apologize. Dubin stated just minutes before the news of Schofield's withdrawal went viral. He also stated that Saudi Arabian officials have not yet confirmed whether a replacement fighter will be hired to take on Stevenson on the stacked card, which also features heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight title fights. Sheffield seemed to be in a good mood. During his interviews with the assembled media on Monday, he called Stevenson a diva and claimed that his 4-month-old son is more manly than him. Representatives of Golden Boy Promotions, who promote Sheffield, did not immediately return calls or texts, and Edie Hearn, whose Matchroom Boxing Company promotes Stevenson, had a less sinister theory as to why he was not present. The British Boxing Board of Control, which is in charge of overseeing the boxing action for this event, required a weight he might want to train tonight and tomorrow. Hearn stated to IFL TV.
Do you feel like the press is more on Shakur?
He truly doesn't want to attend the grand arrivals, but he's saying hi to everyone. I think he isn't here tonight because he is preparing for the weight check tomorrow. This isn't the first time that Sheffield of Austin, Texas, has skipped a public appearance before challenging fellow New Jersey native Stevenson. Last month, Sheffield missed the press conference in London, which led Stevenson to speculate that Sheffield would withdraw from the fight.
Obviously, you're the younger guy, the underdog. I mean, obviously, most people expecting him to probably get the win? Do you think a lot of the pressure's on?
Stevenson talked about his own excitement about fighting for the first time outside of the U.S. as a professional and how he's ready to prove to the world that he's a superstar, without mentioning Schofield's absence at the grand arrival. "I believe I'm among the best fighters in the sport of boxing," Stevenson stated. "The world will know on February 22nd that I'm ready to show the world that I'm a superstar. They can expect the best fighter to show out on February 22nd, and that's what I'm going to do," Shakur stated.
This experience.
I'm ready to capture the moment. I'm focused. I put in a great training camp, and it's my time.
Last year was a tough year for you, just one fight at the hand.
Shakur needs to overcome this obstacle as well, because his Matchroom boxing debut has been marred by a number of obstacles. He was originally scheduled to face Joe Cordina last year, but the bout was postponed due to Shakur's hand injury sustained during sparring. He then had surgery to face William Zappa, who was required by the World Boxing Council, but the Mexican withdrew due to his own hand injury. With an undefeated 180 record going into the bout, Sheffield was given the chance to win his first world title, but the British Boxing Board of Control has stated that he has since withdrawn out due to illness.
How eager are you to get your career back on track?
I'm ready to show the world I'm a superstar. I think I'm one of the best fighters in the sport of boxing, and the world will know February 22nd.
The ring has been informed that Shakur Stevenson, the lightweight champion of the World Boxing Council, is looking for a late substitute. According to a source, Floyd Sheffield became unwell and was removed from the bout by the British Boxing Board of Control. Among the choices under consideration are Josh Padley and Musa Golem. The highly anticipated bout has been cancelled just days before the blockbuster card featuring Nick Artur BBV and Dimitri Bivol, which is set for Saturday night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The star-studded card includes several world title fights, but it will now have one less after Stevenson and Schofield's bout was called off. Initially, 22 had traveled to Saudi Arabia and did his media appearances, responsibilities on Monday before disappearing on Tuesday and not showing up for the grand arrivals.
What do you think people can expect on Saturday?
You said what?
What do you think people can expect on Saturday?
They can expect the best fighter to show out. That's what I'm going to do.
Good luck, Shakur.
Gotcha.
Since then, a wild poison theory has been circulating online, claiming that the lightweight challenger had been tampered with in accordance with messages purportedly leaked from Schofield's father, Floyd Sheffield Sr., who accused anonymous individuals of poisoning his son in a text message that was posted online and addressed to Schofield. "You're to read this, sir. I'm not trying to play games. I love you all and am watching out for you. But they snuck your son." There are also rumors that matchmakers are hunting for a replacement opponent for Stevenson to play against that evening.
And vice versa.
Obviously you got better bit of Bivol, your man Dimitri, looking to right the wrongs of last time in a very close fight. He said to me he can't get this feeling out of his head, he can't stop thinking about that loss. Does that give you more confidence? Because when something's like stuck inside you...
Following his accusation that Shakur Stevenson poisoned his son Floyd, Sheffield's father would later have to apologize to the World Boxing Council lightweight champion. The 27-year-old star boxer seems to have accepted the apology, but he did not suppress his first thoughts regarding the title shot fiasco. Before the last crescendo PPV this weekend, Floyd Schofield and Shakur Stevenson's drama has truly enthralled the boxing community. Sugar, a youthful 18-year-old boxer, added salt to Floyd's wounds with a daring assertion. The packed boxing event at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, which was headlined by light heavyweight stars Dimitri Bivol and URBBV in the rematch, is less important to FL fans than the suspected poisoning saga.
We were obviously met with news that Floyd Schofield was taken ill, all kinds of accusations from him, and I saw pictures of him sort of out cold on the hospital bed last night.
However, Stevenson didn't seem to think highly of Kid Austin after the lightweight title fight was changed a few days before fight night, saying that he never expected Floyd Sheffield Jr. to confront him inside the squared circle because he was afraid. "I was kind of expecting it, knowing the kid was scared from the beginning." During the open workouts, Shakur Stevenson told DAZN about boxing, and he was clearly afraid that he was a punk. "I remain on the card. The show must go on in addition to Shakur Stevenson's assertion that he is game and prepared for a performance. I am prepared to put on a show. The unbeaten Padley, Josh.
And we had to go to work, really, to be honest with you. Had a meeting with His Excellency at about 1 o'clock in the morning.
With only a few days remaining, the champion hilariously stated that he could even face another lightweight champion. However, it appears that Shakur Stevenson is primarily focused on his unscheduled fight against the Englishman this weekend. So let's examine who his opponent is. Here is what we currently know. Josh Padley would not have anticipated receiving a title shot so quickly because he is currently not mentioned by most people.
I mean, he's had all these scans, he's in a hospital bed. There's no way he'll be sanctioned to fight. So then we had to provide a list of fighters to His Excellency. All of those fighters had to have a check weigh today from the British Boxing Board of Control. The one that was available, the one that...
However, when handed the title shot, the Yorkshire part-time electrician couldn't resist and traveled all the way to the Middle East to participate in the crowded Final Crescendo pay-per-view. We're off to Saudi Arabia. Before the biggest fight of his career against Shakur Stevenson, he wrote on social media, "That's all for now. For the best news, events, and actions in the boxing world, stay in touch with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to enable notifications so you can be informed when we post high-quality content like this. Until the next time, peace out."